Here we're going to solve two-step equations, including eliminating fractions. It's really important because it makes life so much easier. So the goal is to isolate the variable, that's get it by itself, and we use the inverse operation to do that. The inverse of addition is subtraction. The inverse of subtraction is addition. Inverse of multiply is divide. Inverse of divide is multiply. Okay, the number one thing we need to remember, number one rule in algebra, up near the top, simplify whenever possible. Always look for things on one side of the equation you can combine. Like in this first example. In this first example, on that side, the negative 5 and 6 are like terms. I can combine them. Now, I'm not doing things to both sides. I'm just combining the negative 5 and the 6. So I get 3 equals negative 5 plus 6 is 1, 1 plus x. Now, the goal here is to isolate the variable, get it by itself, and we use the inverse operation. That 1 is added to the x, so to get rid of the 1, we subtract a 1 from both sides. To get rid of addition, we subtract. And this makes this x plus 0, which is just x, and 3 minus 1 is 2. Next example, let's go down. Again, the goal is to get the variable by itself. And the last thing we get rid of is the coefficient. And the coefficient, remember, is the number in front of the variable. In this question, there's actually a negative 1 in front of that b. So that's the last thing we do is get rid of that negative 1. First thing we're going to do then is get rid of the negative 4. And to get rid of that, we do the opposite. We add 4. So we add 4 to both sides. We get negative 1b equals 9. Now there's times between that 1 and the b. Multiplication. To get rid of multiplication, we divide. So we divide both sides by negative 1. And b is 9 divided by negative 1, which is negative 9. In the upper right here, very similar question. Again, get the c by itself. Get rid of the coefficient last. The last thing to get rid of is the number in front of the variable. That's the 6, the negative 6 in this case. So we're going to get rid of a positive 8. To do that, we subtract 8 from both sides. We get negative 6c equals negative 10 minus 8. Simplify that as negative 18. This is negative 6 times c. That's the coefficient. It's the last thing we get rid of. To get rid of something that's multiplied, we divide. We divide both sides by negative 6, and c is 3. Now in this last example here, I get students that do weird things. They'll try to add 4x to both sides. Well, if you added 4x to the negative 6, it wouldn't work. They're not like terms. You can't combine them. So what you should be doing is simplifying whenever possible. And 7x and 4x, those are like terms. Simplify means I combine like terms on one side. So 7x minus 4x is 3x. So 3x is negative 6. Now, this is 3 times x, so I can divide to get rid of that 3. Those 3's cancel, and it really becomes 1x, which is x. So x is negative 6 divided by 3, which is negative 2. Some more examples in solving two-step equations. Remember to simplify. Always look for simplification in every question. So in this first example, in the upper left, there's like terms. We can combine negative 4x and 2x. I can combine those. Negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2, so that's negative 2x minus 5 equals negative 15. The coefficient is last. That's the negative 2. It's the last thing we get rid of. The number in front of the variable is always the last thing we get rid of. So we're usually dividing at the very end. So to get rid of this minus 5, we'll add a 5 to both sides. Get the variable by itself. Negative 2x equals negative 10. Now this is negative 2 times x. So to get rid of multiplication, we divide. We divide both sides by negative 2. Negative 10 divided by negative 2. When you divide and multiply, two negatives make a positive. So x is 5. In the lower left here, very similar to a previous question on the previous page. Again, we do the coefficient last. That's the 5. Last thing we do, get the variable by itself. So we'll add 4 to both sides. Negative 5x equals 35. Now we've got multiplication by the x. The negative 5 is times x, so we'll divide by negative 5. And 35 divided by negative 5 is negative 7. Now we finally get into some fractions, and you've heard me say this. Fractions turn out to be easy with equations. You just have to get used to the process. What we do is we multiply everything by our least common multiple. Now there's only one fraction here, so I'm looking for the least common multiple of the fractions. Since there's only one denominator, 9, that's my number, 9. So I'm going to multiply everything by 9. Now as we do this, think about why this works. When I multiply everything by 9, and on the left side, because of the minus, I had to take 9 to both. I had to distribute the 9 to both. These 9s cancel. That's why we multiply by 9. We need a 9 above to cancel with the 9 below. Negative 1 times 9 is negative 9. Now these 9s canceled. That was 1x, which is x. And 10 times 9 is 90. I'm going to get the x by itself. Only one more step. Get rid of that minus 90 with a plus 90 to both sides of the equation. Both sides of the equals, always. That equals is like your magic line. What you do to one side, what you must do to the other. So if we add 90 to both sides, we get 81. And if you look at this next one, it looks difficult, but it's not, because you're just going to simplify, and after that, it's just like the others. So we take and combine like terms. That's the 8x and the 6x. 8x minus 6x is 2x. Negative 7 and negative 8. Now I'm going to add those, or it's negative 7 minus 8. I like negative 7 plus negative 8, which is negative 15. And again, over here on this side, I'll combine those two. 3 minus 5, that's negative 2. Much easier now. All we had to do was simplify. We know the coefficient is the last thing we get rid of. We're getting the variable by itself. So we'll add 15 to both sides to get the variable by itself. And we get 2x equals 13. And we'll divide by 13. And we get 13 halves, or you could say 6.5. So it's like I said, we have more fractions here. Just observe the process, and you'll see that this makes things so much easier. So I'm looking at all my denominators, and I want the least common multiple. Now you don't have to worry about that now, but I'm setting you up for the future. There's only one denominator, so that's what I'm going to multiply by. And the first one, negative 2, and the second one, 3, and the last one there, 15. I'm going to multiply everything in this equation by my denominator, which is negative 2. Now, when I multiply by negative 2 on both sides, over on this side here, I have to distribute. I have to take the negative 2 to the first one, and take the negative 2 to the second one. Now I'm multiplying by negative 2. I'm not subtracting. So these negative 2's cancel, and I get z minus. Now that's a minus 5. We treat that as a negative 5. Negative 5 times negative 2 is positive 10. And 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. To get the z by itself, get rid of that plus 10, minus 10 to both sides. And z equals negative 6 minus 10 is negative 16. Next example. Now you have to get used to this. This is one term. It's one thing because of the fraction bar. It's a single number because of that fraction bar. It's all grouped together. And my denominator is 3. I'm going to multiply everything by 3. Now, don't distribute that 3. Because the 3's are going to cancel. You're dividing y minus 4 by 3, and you're multiplying it by 3, so the 3's cancel. So I get y minus 4 left, plus, I'm multiplying by 3, 12 equals 15. Now, remember what I said, whenever possible, simplify. And the 4 and the 12, negative 4 plus 12, that simplifies. That's y plus 8 equals 15. And now I can get the y by itself, get rid of that plus 8, take an 8 off each side. Y equals 15 minus 8, well, that's 7. Last example on this page, my only denominator is 15. Remember, that's one number because of the fraction bar. I'm going to multiply everything by 15, including the 1. Notice I multiply the 1. A lot of times students will forget. Every term gets it. On this side, I have to distribute the 15 to both terms. And over here, I'm taking, on the right side, 2 times 15. Now, the 15's cancel because negative 3c minus 6 is divided by 15 and it's multiplied by 15. Those 15's undo each other. So this is negative 3c minus 6 because the 15's canceled. 1 times 15 is 15 equals 2 times 15 is 30. Now we're going to combine like terms. Negative 6 plus 15, well, that's 9 equals 30. Get the variable by itself. Oh, I just noticed I changed that x or c to an x. I do that. I like x. So that's a c. Get the c by itself. The last thing we get rid of is the coefficient. Take a 9 off each side. Negative 3c equals 21. And now I can get rid of that negative 3 because it's negative 3 times c. We'll divide by negative 3, and c will be negative 7. Last two questions. See, these two are a little different because they have variables on both sides. So there's a variable on the left and a variable on the right. Well, before we can get the variable by itself, we have to get the variables on one side of the equation. Now, basically what you do here is you choose one of the variables to get rid of. You could choose the 2x, that's positive 2x, so I'd subtract 2x from both sides. Or you could choose the 4x, that's positive 4x, you'd subtract 4x from both sides. Now, looking ahead for me, I would subtract 2x. It doesn't matter, either way works fine. And the reason I'd subtract 2x is 4x minus 2x is 2x, positive 2x. I just thought that was a little more convenient, keeping my x's positive. If you subtracted 4x from both sides, it would have been, on the left, 2x minus 4x, which would have been negative 2x. And either way is fine, though. So get the variable by itself now. We'll add a 6. We'll add a 6. 11 is 2x. And divide by 2. Looks like we get a decimal again, or a fraction. 11 halves is actually a good answer, but 5.5 is a good answer too. Last question. The only difference between this one and the previous one is we have that distributive property thing going on. We have to take the 11 to both. 11 times x is 11x. 11 times 7 is 77. So this is 10x minus 9. Now again, there's variables on both sides, so either I'm going to subtract 10x from both sides, or I'm going to subtract 11x from both sides. You do the opposite to get rid of it. You got to get the variables on one side in order to get the variable by itself. Now again, I would subtract 10x. It doesn't matter, either one's okay. That's because it keeps things positive. 11x minus 10x is 1x, which is just x. X minus 77 is negative 9. Now I can get the variable by itself, only one more step here. And 77 minus 9 is 68. So be aware, there's only a couple on this assignment. If there's variables on both sides, you need to get them on one side. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get the variable by itself.